What's up, y'all? Welcome back. And well, this time, you're not hearing me now. This time, I'm doing it for the OGs, for y'all, the OGs. Like, well, I'm about to pick your brain looking for those memories because I know there's something in there, something locked away which will just bring back your childhood. And you might have seen many people doing that, but now here's the issue. These people are out here to ruin our childhood with their so-called conspiracy theories. Like, who comes up with them? And right now, the owners decide, I am gonna create a show about what? About 1, 2, 3. But no, someone decides and goes and ruins it all for us. So today, I'm sorry, forgive me, but I'll be looking at some of these conspiracies, but also I'll be trying to actually find a way to not make them bad, because what these people are doing is wrong. And well, yeah, I just they just make me feel somehow, but well, without further ado, let's get down to the video. Just okay, so today I'll be looking at 2 or 3 shows depending on the time and stuff. So I'll be looking at, first one will be Phineas and Ferb. So we all know Phineas and Ferb. Well, we are the OGs. It's our childhood favorite show. Okay, I wouldn't say favorite for most people, but yeah, you can't say you haven't watched it unless you are a next gen kid. But yeah, so with this show, I've seen like many times, especially when I was on TikTok, they have that thing of let me ruin your childhood, then they bring some conspiracy theory out of the blue. So with this theory, I went and looked into it, and well, some people, they are deranged. They are in their minds to think of ruining such a good memory. Like, the theory was like, so Candace had little brother Phineas, little brothers Phineas and Ferb, and well, Phineas was bullied at school and then he died. So she was so devastated that she ended up imagining a world whereby he was still in it and the brother also. So basically, we were watching her imagination all this time. So the 104 days of summer vacation.
There's 104 days of summer vacation.
Whereas Candace's imagination, wow, I love her imagination. She imagines it all the time. Wow. Which is also one of the things which doesn't make sense. If she's imagining it, I get it, but 104 days, I feel like that's enough time for you to quit. That's enough time for you to stop grieving. Like maybe 10 days, I give you 10 days, even though you grieve, then you get over it, then you move on. But hey, for literally a whole 104 days, this doesn't make sense.
Driving her sister insane.
And again, they're like, Dr. Doofenshmirtz is like her therapist, so she didn't like him, so she put him as the villain in her story.
I can't even hear my own evil jingle.
What I want to know is this: how does Candice know Dr. Doofenshmirtz's daughter? He's the therapist, so I don't feel like she knows him. And while now, when we bring a lot of things, for example, in that so-called theory, if she's depicting me as a villain, why would she decide to create Perry the Platypus?
Perry the Platypus!
As a bad guy, as a good guy who fights against them. If he's the bad guy in her story, shouldn't she be the one who's actually the bad guy? So you see, this theory doesn't make sense. And also, I looked into something else. So there was like this story is actually derived from a true story whereby there was a girl in Russia who actually had a little brother, and basically the story, they say that it's taken from that, whereby her little brother died. She was devastated and started imagining everything. But then now I'm thinking like, okay, that's fine. But then I find out that actually this is not it, because the creators of this show, they created the show before they published it, before the girl was born. So we can't say it's actually because of that. So that one is out of the way, like we putting it in the trash. And again, what I don't understand is that if she's imagining, because they say that okay, the reason is because the reason why every time the boys create they say every time the boys create the inventions, that's why when she tells her mother they are gone, every time she comes they find them, because they are all imaginary.
Don't you get tired of this?
What do you mean?
The same old routine every day? Doesn't it ever get, I don't know, boring?
Okay, I would understand that part. It is some sense in it. But then I look at it again. I'm like, if they're saying everything is imaginary, don't you think the mother, the parents, since they're sending her to the therapist, they know that she's not okay? So don't you think they wouldn't say, okay, this therapist is not working, let's find someone else? Because in those 104 days of summer vacation, Phineas and Ferb have been building many stuff, and she's been trying to bust them, but she hasn't been doing it. So you want to tell me after 5 days as a parent, you wouldn't see that something is wrong, like this therapist we're taking her to, it's not working? So it doesn't make sense. This theory has too many loopholes which make it impossible for what they are saying. And well, that's just something else. And if I were to come up with a theory myself, okay, it's gonna be a theory. I don't think, if I were to come up, okay, I would understand if they were like something good, something nice, like maybe they were living in an imaginary world whereby everyone there was living in an imaginary world, whereby now, because even though it's for entertainment, just imagine such small boys, how can they build such big things? And how is it that everyone, because everyone would ask them, aren't you a little young to be doing this and that? And they're like, yes we are.
Aren't you a little young to be a roller coaster engineer?
Yes I am.
Exactly, like what kind of adults would allow a kid to use stuff like that? So I would understand if they were like, all these kids were living in an imaginary world. Also Candace, she was joining in, which is why the mother couldn't come back and bust them, cause it was an imaginary world. While everyone is still happy and good, that one would have been a good conspiracy theory, and all of us would have understood and still remained with our happy childhood. But no, some guy had to go and ruin everything. I get it, it's a theory, but still, it's so dark that I don't know, like if I were to tell it to a little kid, or tell it like the young me right now is dead. So basically I'm trying to revive the young me by doing this, because right now the young me has died. This person has killed the young me. Like look at this, dude. Just okay, check this out.
Something that doesn't exist, or give it a monkey a
So you want to tell me by looking at this,
creating nanobots or locating
you want to tell me,
brain,
do you see anything
finding a dodo bird, painting a continent, or driving our
something
sister insane. As you can
Wow.
see, there's a whole lot of stuff to do before school starts this fall.
Well, hopefully what I said, my theory, made things better, because right now some people, like, just imagine, this is to the extreme. So I've made a new theory. They're imagining everything. So basically, yeah, because right now it's even hard. How can I imagine a whole life story, a whole 104 days of summer? Like, wow. And to actually look at everything, even the good things which were happening there, who would think that like even everything which was going on, like, it just didn't make sense how she's imagining everything. Like, everything was nice, you know, there was jamming, you know. For one, if you all remember, there was this song, like the Backyard Bitch song, that was the shit, that was the ish, that was the song, that was the one, that was the song. Like, that was awesome. I get it. Ferb, you know, he's quiet and stuff, but there are those moments he gets into the vibe. But yeah, then that was it for Phineas and Ferb. Hopefully I made things good for you. I made things better. If you have seen some of these conspiracy theories, and well, again, now, okay, Phineas and Ferb, I feel like something recent. But now, we're going back. We're going back to the future, so let's travel back. Let's travel. Yeah. Welcome to the past. So, right here is yes, you know it. It's Mr. Johnny Bravo. Mr. Johnny Bravo. Okay, that was awesome. That was a great show. That was awesome. Like, nigga was like, I don't know, like, nigga, look at him. He's a stud. Okay, stud. Wow. He's big, man. He's, you know, look at him. Ladies, man. Lady killer. Even though he wasn't successful with these ladies, but still, just gets there. Just imagine. Pull up. Just imagine if you were like that. Walking up to a lady just like that. Just imagine, like, that would be so classic. That would be comedy. Okay, not comedy gold. I feel like flat gold. Like Johnny Bravo. This guy was the ish, man. Like dog. If you remember this show, you're the one. And welcome to my club. I'm opening a club. Welcome to the club. And well, with this one now, another idiot decided, let me ruin childhood again. Apparently, Johnny Bravo is a kid. Like, is a kid. Just imagine, is a kid. Again, is a kid. So basically, his favorite celebrity was Elvis, which is why he used to act like him. And also, again, they're like, he was a kid, which is why he was not successful with the ladies. But, well, looking at everything, Johnny Bravo was impulsive and too confident. You need confidence, but he was too confident, which is why he was failing. But not that he was a kid. Like, why? And also, they're like, that's why he calls these ladies mama. Like, he would get there, it's like, he was like, oh, so mama. Basically, they're like, the reason is like that is because he considers old ladies, he respects them. That's why he's like mama. I'm like, okay, so if he's a kid and he's seeing these old ladies, couldn't he say ma'am or something like that? Like, as a kid, calling someone mom, just imagine like, hey mama. So, like, I'm on some Beast Boy vibe. I'm on some Beast Boy-ish. Like, everyone I meet, hey mama, simply because she's older than me. So I'm like, mama, oh, come on. This is just something else. Like, maybe, okay, I feel like the reason it doesn't, and they're like, that's why it doesn't get the ladies he hits on. Maybe, I feel like it's because of, well, like I said, ego. He has a big ego, and I don't think most ladies would want someone who has like a huge ego and stuff.
I dig it when chicks run. Say, baby, how's about you and I?
Out my way, mister.
Like that. And well, they also said that, okay, the reason he uses mama is because, well, he's imitating his favorite idol. But still, saying he's a kid, I would understand if they were like, I would understand, like, if they were to create a theory and say, okay, the reason this guy wasn't impressed is because now he saw himself as attractive. You know, they're like, no one Because if you were to look at it, no one is actually ugly. It's just, I feel like it's just perspective. And also there are those people, they don't know how to take care of themselves. So basically, if they were to actually look after themselves that much, you would actually see the beauty in them. And they also say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So basically, I would say he wasn't that good looking. So basically, as he wasn't good looking, he lost his confidence. And then he got maybe some face implants, face reparation, plastic surgery. And now that he's not used to being wanted, to being attractive, he's now having a huge ego, which is making him approach girls with an ego, which is why they're taking him down. Because one, he's not used to it. Two, it's like he's still new to this world. And while basically it's like he's trying to impersonate, is like his role model, his idol, the Elvis, he's trying to use those moves. And I don't think they would work on everyone. If they worked for him, it doesn't mean they're gonna work for Johnny. Like maybe he could incorporate them in his style, but not this way. So that's what I'm thinking. Not that he's a kid. Saying he's a kid is just off. It's just crossing the line if I were to look at it. Like, why would anyone say he's a kid? And like, exactly, because also I'd feel like, okay, there's also rejection as a factor. Maybe out of his fear of rejection also, he started becoming too confident.
How many times do I have to tell you I have a boyfriend?
Well, you look like the kind of girl that could use two.
Because, you know, most of the time, us as guys, we fear rejection to the point that now we start, okay, we fear rejection, then some person tells us, we get advice saying, be confident. And that thing of be confident, we misread it and we end up becoming too much. So maybe he also took that the wrong way. Not that he's a kid. Like, look at this guy, look at the way he acts. How can a kid act this way? Like, just look at him. Like, yo, he was the ish, man. He was the ish. And I used to respect the love he had for his mother. And again, they also said that that's why his friend is the little year-old kid. But I get it. What if that so-called little kid is... Okay, so basically there's like some people who use that as a pickup line, you know, like as a kid. Like, you go with the child. Girls... Let me not say girls per se, but people love children. So basically, I would use a child as a way of me to get a girl, you know? Like, just like that, you know? So I feel like he was also using it as part of his pickup, you know? Simply because they love kids. They're like, no, cute babies. Like, yeah, that's my kid, or my cousin, or my brother's kid, or something like that, you know? Just to, okay, saying my kid, that wouldn't help him. So yeah, there are the three, but not that she's his friend. But maybe they could have developed that friendship, but still, you know, what's wrong with a kid and a big... Okay, I wouldn't say he's an adult. Let's just say he's a teen. So basically, yeah. Or maybe he's a babysitter, you know. That could be something reasonable. Not this thing which ruins our childhood. Like, who does that? And hopefully, like right now, I'm making it my mission to resurrect. And while... like I'm telling you, this is for the OGs. Like, some of these shows are forgotten. Cartoon Network is doing us dirty, guys. Like, these shows which are playing now are just something else. So this is me just bringing back. And hopefully these clips that are showing here, they're also like, you know, bringing back the spirit, bringing back that young you for once, you know. We gotta remember our childhood. I know that some of us are old, we are mature, some of us have children, some of us are married, some of us are like, you know, some of us are going through a lot. And I feel like when you see this, hopefully it reaches out to you. When you see this, it'll reach out to that inner childhood, and at least you'll have that joy that joy of at least something from my childhood, you know. Like, as I came across this, it put a smile on my face, and I want all you guys to also have smiles on your faces, you know. You have to be happy, y'all. You have to be happy. And wow. And also, before I end this video, let me just leave you with something which is like almost mind-blowing. Like, I was watching this podcast sometime ago. So basically they're like, just imagine, I'm just leaving you with something just for you to think about. Just imagine, they say, what if when you die, you actually don't go like to heaven or hell? What happens is, you see a door, you walk inside the door. Then when you walk inside, you find a young girl, a young child playing with their toys. Then the girl calls you over, like, come play with me. And then here's the plot twist. When it's like that, to find out you're actually the girl's imaginary friend. Just imagine. Yeah, this is mind-blowing, and well, it leaves many questions. Just imagine, like, it's a possibility. Like, just imagine. So basically, you are the girl's imaginary friend, and you don't know that. You don't even know. Let's just say you don't even know that you're dead. What happens is that at the moment you died, there's a door in front of you. Then when you get in there, there's a kid saying, let's play. Just imagine. I'm gonna leave you with that. And well, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to drop a like, and yeah, see you on the next one.